Hello everybody, GrayStillPlays, and we're checking out a game for the channel called Empires of the Undergrowth. So I was able to get this game a little bit early. I'm going to have links in the description below if you want to check it out. It is coming out on early access. This was a demo way back in the day. Very cool game. It's like a real-time, visceral battle style of game, but in a very unique way. It's on a very micro scale. Instead of controlling armies and Romans or whatever, we are controlling a colony of ants. And the fighting is actually pretty brutal. Ants and bugs apparently have very difficult lives. So what it is our formicarium, I think it's called. Over here is where we tend to our ants. I happen to have a save file already. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and use it. I have a save file over here called test. This is where we tend to our ants. You can see you can choose different colors for your ant colony. I have this sweet green color as well as a very unique emblem on the back of my queen over here. You can see her little dangly hairs and stuff. Very disgusting and at the same time oddly cute. This has a game within a game. So before there was a couple of levels and you could kind of go out and fight against different creatures and stuff like that. Well, now this formicarium is separate from the other part of the game. So this is like ours. Like we own this and there's scientists that are watching over this, kind of like seeing how as they introduce different species this ant colony can survive. We also have the ability to go outside now. If we actually click over here, there's an entire outside to the colony. Very cool. There's like all kinds of food laying around over here. I think that like other creatures sometimes will get introduced and you have to fight against them. But for the most part, we need to build up this colony, and you do it one of three ways. You get things called royal jelly, territory, and food. And you get these things by winning these battles over here. Right now I see two different challenges. The challenge 1, which is new home and subjugation, and then challenge 2 over here, but you have to beat these ones first. I've messed around with new home. I actually beat this on insane. The difficulty of this game is pretty strong. If you've never played it before, it ain't bad. But you get different benefits for beating it on harder difficulties, and you can play these as many times you want to unlock more royal jelly. And you use the royal jelly for these upgrades, and this is really cool. So you can splice genes into your colony and get different abilities for all your ants. And remember, this is early access, so this is what we have right now. You have the queen, you have the black ant, and then you have the worker. And the black ant's kind of like your fighter. This is your worker. And then there's branches off of like kind of like the fighting ant. You have the wood ant over here that spits acid. You have the mortar wood ant that fires a slow and powerful something or other. I don't know. It gets area effect damage at level 3. And then over here we have the rapid fire ant. And if you notice, each ant has additional things that you can unlock. Look at this. For 100 royal jelly. Royal Guard. Upon dropping to 75 health, it spawns 14 Royal Guard. Incredibly powerful ants near your queen for the last 60 seconds. Additionally, empty nurseries will receive eggs and all eggs will hatch for free for 5 seconds. So, very cool little upgrades that you can get things. Dangerous, self-preservation, self-repair, meat wall. And then on top of that, they all have different upgrades that you can get for their nest, meaning like each one of these is like a little nest, but if you go over here, you can actually upgrade these so that they're a little bit better. So you're gonna see I have an area for food, I have an area for worker ants. I don't have any of the black ants right now because I haven't unlocked them. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do another one of these missions over here. We're gonna do the subjugation one. The subjugation one is way different. It's kind of why I wanted to show you guys this one. The ants that we're up against in this one are called, I think it's called like the slavemaker ants. And what they do is instead of just like beating you to death and eating you, they take your young and then raise them as their own. It's pretty sweet. So you see over here the difficulty, easy, medium, hard, and insane. And then each one gives you a different amount of delicious goo. So insane gives you 60. Honestly, I feel like insane should give you a lot more than 60 royal jelly, but whatever. We're going to go ahead and do it on medium over here, just because, like I said, the difficulty level's pretty good. And you can see up here in the corner, this is what we have to complete.
This Formica fusca black ant queen has given birth to her first brood.
Here's our narrator over here.
A new territory in the earth. Above ground, a nearby colony of Formica sanguinea slave-maker ants are on the lookout for would-be victims. These ants specialize in stealing larvae from neighboring nests and raising them as their own. If the black ant colony isn't prepared for the inevitable incursion, they may be wiped out entirely.
There it is, man, the slave maker ant. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a food area right over here by the slave maker ants because they go straight for the eggs and we got to get moving like way fast.
Formica sanguinea are not the only danger
put that over
for the
there.
fledgling colony. There is something even more sinister nearby.
Like what?
In the darkness.
Lurking in the shadows exists something even more horrifying than the creatures that want to take my children. Great. Let us begin. I want to put these as far away as possible so that they have to move like a good distance in order to get all the different creatures and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and put these guys over here. I definitely want them moving the food around. I'm going to make at least... In this one, it's really weird. You want to... Normally, what I like to do is have like an elite force of ants. Like just like a powerful force of highly upgraded ants. But when I messed around in this level, and I did not last long, man. When I messed around in this level, what you really want to do is freaking get moving quick. Like, get on there, get moving, and try not to die as soon as humanly possible. I'm going to make a couple of these little guys over here. I want a couple of worker ants. Let me see. I'm going to move these guys over here for right now. You're going to eventually see we're going to have a certain amount of time until we have to begin fighting. In fact, while we're doing this, let's go ahead and start carving our way up over here because it looks like there's a bunch of food over here, and we're going to want that real fast. You always want to keep right around, well, I say 200, but we don't even have that much right now. You usually want to keep at least 100 food on tap so that you have a way to fight back. And make more eggs when you're under attack. And I like to keep a couple of these ants back over here in the nest group because you need ants tending to the nest to make more ants. They're the ones that take the eggs from the queen and carry them over into like the fighter ants and stuff like that. So it's super important that we have that. Let's go ahead and make like even more of these black ants. I want like a whole slew of black ants. And I want to make sure that we continue to get the food out of here. The one thing about the game is you have to keep on these ants, man, because if you don't, they will not get the food like they're supposed to. So let's go ahead. It looks like there's a bunch of food over here. Looks like there's a bunch of food over here as well. Now there's... Okay, yeah, right here. That exclamation point means that there's something angry.
Funnel web spider.
So let's go ahead.
Large, fast, and equipped with
we're gonna...
powerful bite.
We're going to take her ass out in just a second.
Sheets of silk woven between
Ooh, you know what?
Radiate out from the entrance.
Let's move our guys down here. We need to get these eggs fully grown. You can see it's like partly grown, but it takes a while.
Close will be snapped away in the blink of an eye.
Thank you, narrator. You have to get close over here, though, for the ants to tend to the eggs. This way they grow very quickly. So let's make sure that our fighter ants over here grow nice and quick. There we go. Now we're getting ants popping out left and right. Come on. We got a couple of more over here that need to hatch. I need you guys, like, right now because we need to fight ASAP. And pretty soon, we're probably going to have a scumbag ant come in here. I'm not super happy about that. But there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I put my guys over here, we may be able to even stop the scumbag ant before it looms around. Alright, now that we're decent, let's go ahead and keep our secondary group of worker ants kind of down here. We're going to open this area up and start sending our fighter ants down to kind of do their thing. Now, in a little bit, I'm telling you, man, one of these little scumbags is going to fly its way out of here. Get that! Get him! Get him! See how it, like, instantly takes creatures away.
By working together,
yes!
have overwhelmed one of the funnel web spiders.
Go!
She won't be causing any more trouble for the colony.
Yes.
Her sisters, however, still present a problem.
Now, there's not much I can do about that. Sometimes you gotta lose a critter here and there. All right, let's go ahead and... All right, food is full. So let's continue to make some more black ants. I'm gonna make a ton of black ants all around here. Like I said, normally I would upgrade my ants, but instead right now, we just want to get as many bodies... Oh, right over here!
A scout has sensed the presence of the black
Get him!
ants. A raid on the colony is now inevitable.
Will you guys attack this dude? Kill him! Kill him! Oh. I guess they don't have a choice. I guess you have to let him take that very first one. Alright.
Of the defending ants.
So basically, that was like the very first raid. And now we're going to have to deal with that scumbag from now on. So there's no way. Once they steal one of your young, by the way, this timer goes on. And you can't get that young back until the timer is up, which is a pain in the ass. Eventually, a little, like, raid timer is going to come up here in the corner as well. And we're going to have to deal with that. I'm going to let those guys get a couple more people. And let's go ahead. Let's see. Can I burrow? Yep, let's go ahead and burrow right over here. Open this area up. We're probably going to have to deal with another spider, but whatever. That's how it goes. Let's go ahead and get our main force over here.
There are intruders in the nest.
I know. We're coming. Hold on. Where my black ants at? Fighter ants. Get down there and beat that ass. Yes. Kill the spider. Do not allow the spider to survive. See how quick that spider is, though? Like, it comes... and it takes ants away, like, instantaneously. I've never seen anything like it. So fast. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these guys over here. And I'm actually going to keep them permanently down this way. And I'm going to make a couple more workers over here. And we're going to go ahead and make a couple of more... let's go make a couple more black ants down here so that we have those guys. You want, like... I want to keep, like, the workers and stuff all over the place so that we have a lot of area to get more and more...
There are intruders in the nest.
What now? Oh, way up here. Okay. I was going to say, so that we can get eventually more and more upgrades and also have our nest tended to. The biggest issue I have is when you don't have your nest tended to, because the next thing you know, and it happens fast, man, the next thing you know, you are completely out of food. And there's no eggs being hatched because none of the ants are wandering around by the eggs. It's a pain in the ass. All right, let's do some upgrades right now. We have the time to do a little bit of upgrades. I'm going to upgrade our food area a little bit. And I may even make a couple of more food tiles because it's no big deal. We can make those pretty easy. They cost very, very little. So there's no reason not to. And in fact, while we're at it, I think we will go ahead and maybe upgrade a couple of the black ant areas.
Has arrived.
Whoa,
Slave
okay.
makers will head straight for the brood chambers. They must be stopped.
Oh boy, at the very least, one's getting by. The other ones over here are getting slam-basted, though. So that's good. I think we managed to survive with only one.
Party is left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood.
Well,
the future colony must replenish quickly if they are to survive the next assault.
Okay, that's not that bad. I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and send these guys over here. All right, we're doing pretty good right now. We've got a bunch of food over here. We can probably go ahead and upgrade a bunch of these. I think it's like double food for every time you upgrade it. And as you upgrade your black ants, they do like more damage. They attack quicker. But the big thing is that when you upgrade them to level 3, they get like huge benefits. It's friggin' awesome. So you definitely want to do the upgrading when you can. You can also get little speed areas. Speed up tile. It just allows your ants to move like a lot faster. We still have a lot of food laying around here though. Oh, we got a raid coming in over here too. Let's go ahead and take these worker ants and keep them over here for right now. I'm going to take my black ants and put them right over here so they can start whooping that ass when our buddies come in. We've got 11 black ants right now, which is pretty good. As a matter of fact, if I have a little bit more space, I actually don't have more space. Let me see if is there any more tiles I can burrow out? Yeah, there's a couple over here. Let's go ahead and burrow those tiles out.
Predators are loose.
Start
from
making
the
them
nest.
now. All right.
The larvae must be protected.
Where they at? Where they at? What do we got going on over here? There we go. There we go. All right, take them down, boys.
There is no respite from the culling.
Oh, don't you worry. There ain't going to be no culling today, baby.
Or exterminate.
We're doing okay. We've got one creature over here that got one of our young. Come on, take him down. Take him down. Take him down. Take him down. Yes! Did we successfully defend?
There was no match for the valiant defenders.
Nice.
The food remains safe for now.
Awesome. Okay, good. So we're doing pretty well. I think we have a critter down here, so we're going to have to take her out. A little spider or something like that. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We're going to put down more black ants right over here. Like I said, we want to keep our numbers up. Like big. Oh, it's a double. It's a double over here. Look at them fighting valiantly. Go, 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 go. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Get down here. Take these freaking spiders out. You know what? I may even have like my worker ants come down here and do a little fight. We're going to have to, hold on. Let me, we're just ended up killing all our ants over here. Let me get our fighter ants kind of grouped up, and then we're going to go down once we have a large enough force. Never mind. We completely killed the spiders, and it was like no big deal. So that worked out quite well, actually. Let's go and move our one grouping over here. There's a lot of food laying over there. And while we're at it, let us upgrade big time. Now, how it works is each part of the hex gives you a +1. And walls are +1, and you need that number of pluses in the middle to get your upgrade. And as you upgrade stuff, the walls become +2, and then the walls become +3. It's pretty freaking cool. So we're gonna get a lot of upgrades done over here, and our black ants are gonna be freaking super powerful. I can't wait. And eventually, we have a level 3 that's coming up right over here too. Once you start getting level 3s, man, like nothing is a match. It's fantastic. Now we got a couple more level 3s over here that are coming down. We're out of food, but it's no big deal because there are still a ton of little larvae up here that we can kill. And is that a real live spider or is that a dead spider? I can't actually tell. It's just looming over there. This map has a ton of food on it though. It says we need to upgrade workers 37 times, builder upgrade, and then soldiers 37 times. So we still need to make a huge number.
From the culling.
Oh crap!
The Sanguinia will subjugate or exterminate.
Yeah, you're not doing any of that. I'm sorry, buddy. But where my black ants at? Black ants, man, you guys got stuff to do. Get up there and start beating them down, baby. Get up there and start beating them down. That's what I'm talking. There we go. Now the black ants are swarming in. The black ants are tough, man.
The raiding party has left, and with them they have taken 10% of the
Oh, they
black
did?
ant brood.
Oh, I can't believe they got an egg.
The danger
Oh, man.
may be gone for now, but this truce is merely a formality. The Sanguinia are already planning their next onslaught.
All right. Well, while they're planning their next onslaught or whatever, let's we're gonna have to dig part of this area out. Because we're going to need to make, like, a ton more eggs. Can I dig this out? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, good. So let's dig all this area out. I want to make probably some more worker ants. Make a couple of oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to make a couple of worker ants like this. And when you attach the chunks like this, they stay in the exact same grouping. So, like, this is going to be my green ant group, for instance. I'm not too worried about it. The blue group over here is doing a fantastic job keeping all the eggs strong. So for right now, I'm just kind of keeping them as they are. Let's see, more over here, more over here, more over here. And then can we dig any of this out? No, but we can dig this out, and we can dig this out, and this out. Okay, good.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
All right, we got a whole slew of freaking little worms coming down over here. Big food coming down. All of my black ants are prepared for the fight. In fact, I'm going to put them into this bottleneck right here. This way, hopefully, the slave maker ants kind of get bottlenecked and get stuck. There seems to be, like, collision in the game. So you can stop them when they come on down. Here we go. 2, 1... And here we go.
Once again to bolster its
there
numbers.
we go.
A battalion of slave makers.
Oh boy. Okay, a battalion. Get them. Kill them. Kill all of them. Yes. Kill them. Kill them. Oh, they're doing fantastic. Wow, even my worker ants are actually pretty tough. I can't remember if I put a couple of upgrades on them or not. But either way, they're doing good. I'm going to let them do their thing. Let's continue to upgrade the ever-living hell out of everything we can.
For the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe.
Good.
For now.
Oh, my brood's going to be safe for a long, long time over here, narrator. I got all kinds of food and whatnot. Hold on, let me go get these ants coming down over here. There's a lot of meat over here. Oh, look at that. That spider is still there. Get him. Get him, boys. Even the worker ants can fight. They're actually not too bad at fighting either. They're not, like, fantastic or anything. They're definitely, like, not like my black ants. Okay. Well, that worked out absolutely terribly. Black ants, can you please show these workers how it's freaking done?
There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Oh, crap. Well, that's terrible. Hold on. Let me go ahead and get my black ant set up over here. There's the group of black ants. All right, guys. Get down here and do your thing. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. All right, it's time to start burrowing through the walls over here. We got to start opening this up so we can get more and more food. If we just kind of drag, we can go through here and they'll go ahead and open up this wall as they do. We're about to have another attack here in just a little minute. In fact, I'm going to move these guys over here. I'm going to move these guys over here. And I'm going to see if we can get a big fight going.
The Sanguinia
they should protect pretty good.
Its numbers.
All right.
A battalion of slave makers charge into the nest.
Yep, charge on in, boys. Charge on in, but can you get out with any of my eggs? Oh, crap. One of them definitely got out with one of the eggs. I think that 2 of them got out with some of the eggs. The rest of them got absolutely slaughtered, though. Now, I don't know if, like, we get to take their corpses for food after we
The raiding
win,
party is left,
or what?
and with them they have
But-
taken 10% of the black ant brood.
Okay, 10%
The
again.
queen must lay quickly to return the colony to its former strength.
All right, let's keep upgrading everything that we possibly can. And now we're going to need some additional food over here, too. So let's go bust our way. Let's see over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and bust our way up over here. Get into this food area. And we'll attack whatever's on the other side. Grab our black ants over here. Lead them to victory. Open up the walls, worker ants. Open up the friggin' walls. We got work to do. All right, we got another one of the spiders over here. We're rushing in. Go all the way in. This way she has no place to go. All the way in, boys. There we go. Excellent. All right, let's grab our group over here and start pulling all this food in. That's going to help us get there real fast. Because you can see your food goes down quick, man. Because remember, every time an egg comes out, that is more food that has to be generated. In fact, I can get rid of this one for right now. That's there. There's no one assigned to that group at this time. All right, food stores are full. Things are looking good. Let's go ahead and get a couple upgrades in here. Go ahead and burrow this part out. We've got another raid coming in here momentarily. As a matter of fact, if I have some extra food down, let's move our black ants over here so that they can start defending when the time comes. I'm going to go ahead and move the worker ants over here as well. Let's go ahead and lay down a couple more black ant pockets like this. I have my, I have the green stack of ants down here. They're kind of tending to all of our eggs and stuff like that. Here goes 0, 1, and here comes the fight.
The Sanguinia colony
Here comes the
seeks
fight.
once again to bolster its numbers.
Okay, we're stopping them right at the
battalion of
entrance.
slave makers charge into the nest.
We're stopping them at the entrance for the most. Wow, that's a lot of friggin' ants, man. That is like a serious amount of ants. Guys, please kill all those ants. There's a lot of eggs getting out of here. I'm not happy about it. Okay, good. We ended up killing quite a few ants, so I feel pretty good about that.
The party is left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood. It is only a matter of time before they return.
It's like 10% every time, man. Let's open this area up. Come on, guys. Let's, what do we got over here? Let me get your group. Your group over here. Open up this wall. We got to get in here and get all this food, man. We don't have a lot of food left right now. All right, black ants are kind of meandering. There we go. Meander all the way to the end. And once they corner that spider, there is just nothing left she can do. So that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and grab our ants. And I think they're pretty much already getting all the food. It's not a ton of food, but it's not bad. I think that we have a big pocket of food over here, though. A lot of times, these are like little mealworms and stuff like that. Oh, there's a bunch of evil critters over there. Let's go ahead and take those guys down before we get a raid. As a matter of fact, we want to get this done, like, super fast because the raids are going to start coming. Come on, guys. Where you at? Where's my black ants at? Get up over here and take these things out, man. These things were called, like, something so weird. They're called, like, yeah, I'm just going to make something up. But it's like the vicious barnyard black widow beetle fighters or something like that. It was awesome. Whatever their name was, it was really cool. But they sounded absolutely vicious. Let me go ahead and move my black ants over here. We are full up right now on food. So let's, as usual, do a bunch of upgrades as we do. All right, raid in 3, 2, 1, fight!
The slave makers are back.
The fighting begins.
Larvae, and they want their share.
Yeah, they're not getting any share of the larvae. Well, they'll probably get 10% of the larvae. But if 10%'s all they get, I'm going to feel pretty good about it. Come on, guys. Slay everyone. No survivors. Gray still slays. That is the name of the game, baby. Ants or not, there will be... All right, there's 1 survivor over there. I have a feeling there's about to be 2 survivors. Nope, I was totally wrong. There is not 2 survivors. We did pretty good.
The raiding party is left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood.
They love those nice, even numbers. 10%. We also have, if you notice... There's like some extra food just laying around up here. Let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, and, hold on. And we have extra food over here that's just laying around. Little nuts and jelly beans or whatever have you. Seeds and stuff like that. We're going to want to grab all that. Every piece of food is super valuable. Super valuable. And we're almost done with all the upgrades we need as well. As a matter of fact, oh, here we go. These are like the wood mites or something like that. They're so hard to kill. But once you kill them, they generate a huge amount of food, which is really good. As a matter of fact, I think we're almost ready with our upgrades. You see us over here trying to get away? Where do you think you're going? You're going anywhere. The worker ants are going to beat your ass back to the Stone Age. There we go. Now rip them apart. Hold on. Get those seeds as well. and then rip these creatures apart. It's actually quite disgusting. You see the soft white little underbelly of these beasts, and now they're gonna start pulling chunks out of them and bringing them back to the nest. I love this stuff. Okay, back over here. Some upgrades that we can do. We can upgrade over here, And is there anything else? Yep, we got one upgrade over here. And then once that one gets done, we can chain 2 more from it. And if I could freaking get rid of this wall, we could chain even more. But the problem is we can't chain that one over there. We do have a raid incoming over here, so we're going to have to deal with that in just a second. But our upgrades are, like, coming along really good. As a matter of fact, we do not need very many upgrades before we're done. Let's go ahead and put our black ants over here as we often do. And I'm going to bring our worker ants over here as well so they can fight. And in a moment here, the big raid coming in.
Or exterminate.
Here we go. Ants, brethren, slaying each other mercilessly. You can see they're having a hard time every once in a while getting past because of the wall of death that they must fight against. The wall of death. Oh, they got some eggs. No, maybe not. Maybe they didn't get some eggs. Oh, yeah, they're good. They, like, get hammered by the swarm. Oh, that's freaking awesome. Yes. Okay. Let's continue.
No match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe. For now.
For now. Yes, my valiant defenders. Let's go ahead and put down another black ant soldier over here. And I think after that, we're going to be done with the black ant soldier. Okay.
There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
Oh, crap. There's not enough food? Oh, this is what I was talking about. I should have been paying. Oh, there's a ton of food over here. It's a lie. It's a giant lie. All right, worker ants, I need you over here now. There is like all kinds of chunklets of disgustingness just sitting right over here. Totally necessary for the continued survival. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, it's one of the beasts. Hold on. We got to get down here and take these things out. Get down here because she will beat my worker ants senseless. Where my fighter ants at? Fighter ants, get down here. Get down here. There we go. Yeah, slay her. Slay her. Excellent. Good. Yes, grab all the food. Bring all the food back. Perfect. Okay, good. That would have actually turned out to be really bad if we had starved the colony. We probably wouldn't have survived. But we do have to keep doing those upgrades. And there's a couple more upgrades. See how now they all hatch? They couldn't hatch until we had brought a ton of food back to the our colony over here. What sort of upgrades can I do right now? Because we need worker ant upgrades. I actually can't do any upgrades. Can I burrow out any of this? Oh, I can. Actually, you know what? We need to burrow this way anyway. So let's go ahead and open this out. We're going to have to do a little bit of fighting.
The larvae must be protected.
Uh-oh. Oh, we got a raid coming in. Oh, we're going to have a raid coming in 13 seconds. You know what? Forget that, boys. Actually, no. You stay down here and tend to the eggs. You come up here for fighting. Forget the... Oh, they killed her. Well, good job.
Seeks once again to
good job.
A battalion of slave makers
charge
into the nest.
The battalion's coming in, but we're doing pretty good again. We have even a better number of highly upgraded ants this time. It looks like there's like an extra pulse that comes in each time or something like that. You notice, like we kill the first and the second pulse, and then like a third and fourth pulse sometimes manages to get past my dudes over here. So they definitely got several eggs. That was actually a pretty big beating.
The raiding party is left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood.
Or not. I felt like it was more,
quickly to return the
but it was 10%. All right, workers need to get upgraded. Oh, that's right. Now we can make worker ants right over here, and this should be it. I mean, realistically, this should win us the day, and I think complete the level. Let's check it out over here. Survive the final wave. Oh, all right. Well, fine. Let me go ahead and open this up because I think this is going to open up more of those little wood creature things over there. In fact, you know what? If we need to survive the final wave, let's go ahead and make even more black ants, like all the black ants we can get. I'm going to put one over there. We want numbers now, just raw numbers. So let's go ahead and do that. You guys, go ahead and get over here and start opening this area up. I want to get this area opened up because I think those creatures over there are going to get us a lot of food.
In the nest.
Oh. Okay. Now, there's intruders in the nest, but they're not really coming this way. Never mind, they're totally coming this way. All right, let's see if we can wipe these guys out real fast. Get in here, boys! Get in here! Take them out! There we go, there we go, there we go, yes. Take them down, rip them apart, and bring that food back to the nest. Bring that back to the colony. Get this guy over here, too. He's looking at me wrong. You think you could survive on my watch? You must be freaking crazy. There we go. Okay, good. All right, yeah, we have a good amount of food now. 110 food. Even more food is coming back. That's excellent. All right, we're soldier ants, get up here. We don't have time for crap. All right, 158 food. That's not bad. And now my worker ants too. Everyone get up here. I want a full squadron of fighters ready and prepared. In fact, you guys kind of get down here a little bit because I want to make sure that there's eggs. All right, here we go. Final wave.
Or exterminate.
You're going to get subjugated. I'm going to subjugate the living hell out of you. Here we go. In fact, when I'm done killing all of your men, I'm going to go up to the surface so that I can slay everyone that was left behind. All the generations of insects will be freaking slain. All right, good defense, good defense. You guys are defending well. You guys are defending. Wow, that is a lot. Like, that is a lot. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, I think we did it. We survive?
Once again, the slave makers return to their nest with new black ant larvae to raise as their own.
Okay.
The raids will continue, but this Formica fusca colony has proved its capacity to endure and grow. Eventually, they will surpass their parasitic overseers, and the continued raids of the slave makers will reduce to nothing more than a mere inconvenience.
Good.
For the great black ant empire.
The Great Black Ant Empire, folks. And over here, you can choose a reward for what you've done. I always choose the biggest amount of royal jelly. So let's go ahead and end this level. And this means that I believe now we have enough royal jelly to upgrade something, which is pretty cool. Let's check it out. We have 150.
The queen is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
All right, cool. We go over here to our genealogy in there, have you? 150 royal, so we can unlock stuff like the wood ant, or we can start unlocking a lot of special abilities that our regular ants have. Royal Guard, Royal Decree. We got over here Second Wind, Fierce Mother, and then over here, Aggressive Blood. Wow, damaged by 3 times. Holy crap, so they become reasonable fighters. Efficient Brood, they're no longer slowed on nourishes. It's all right. Just move faster while not in combat. Attacks against them have a 95% chance of causing no damage. As soon as damage caused, it enters combat. All right. And then defensive. Cannot take more than 20 damage. Man, I gotta tell you, I like the Aggressive Blood. Like the fact that they can fight besides just being little worker guys is pretty cool. What do you think we should unlock next? Should we unlock one of these new ants over here? I think we have to start with this one. But should we unlock maybe one of these new ants? But it says we don't have a high enough level, so we may have to wait. So we may have to work on unlocking this stuff. What do you think? A stronger queen, stronger workers, or stronger black ants? Feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Feel free to let me know what you guys thought about Empires of the Undergrowth. Very cool. Just a really neat, fast-paced management army style game. Like I said, links in the description below if you want to check it out when it comes out on Steam for early access. Until the next time, folks, stay foxy and much love.